Alright, I don't know what to ask. If you remember last time, we were kind of stuck here on, like, what do I ask? Maybe about the poisoning? Did I miss something?
Inspector, you say the coroner determined with certainty that Major Howell was killed by poison.
Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility that his death was natural.
How was he poisoned, though? I thought we already asked that.
How exactly was he poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism?
His finger was pricked by a poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this.
Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by somebody else? Or something else?
Hey, what an absurd thing to ask, JJ! You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting, that the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning?
Yes! We got nothing else to hang our hat on.
That is exactly what I'm saying. Oh god, I hope this bullshit works. I don't doubt that Major Howell was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause.
What about the porcupine? There was a porcupine guy there. What if the porcupine guy somehow accidentally had the poison on his quills? Because, like, I don't know, maybe he was out in the woods, like, rolling around and got some wolfsbane on him?
Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll have to end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns even, of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose is in fact the poison delivery mechanism. I can't tell him that.
What?
Huh? I tried to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for poison exactly. It just seemed obvious, that the rose might have, caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident.
You were the worst police force ever! You didn't bother to check it out?
Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison on the rose, then Prince Juan lives, and he is free to go.
This is a horrible judicial system.
If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay, because the punishment would be just in fitting of the crime.
A marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? Or which trial is this? Am I in the right room? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here.
I don't know. I think it's worth going for. I think we should do it.
Calm your fathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. You see, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. And why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was, destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes.
You burned the evidence? What the hell?
Tis such unprofessionalism.
If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. We should have a mistrial.
Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning, by elimination, we can still deduce that with absolute certainty, the rose was poisoned.
Can we, though?
In other words, there was nothing else at the scene of the crime which could have caused the poisoning.
I know there was something else prickly there, because I saw a porcupine.
Wrong. There was something else at the crime scene that it could contain the poison. Something else the investigative police body blindly overlooked.
Can I pick a person? It was a person. It wasn't a book. But it could have been the chocolate bar. Oh, wait, we can use the chocolate bar.
Look at this.
What am I supposed to be looking at?
You've never had chocolate before, Cocorico.
It is a paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salle du Tibre, to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident.
You're not suggesting...
That Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am.
Yeah, it is pretty convincing, bitches. I gained a little favor with the jury. Good, I needed that after what happened earlier.
Oh, did you see this rapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force does not have time nor resources to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it? Tisk. Astoundingly unprofessional.
The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector.
I offer your apologies. My apologies, Your Honor. My wife is right. I'm bad at my job.
I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damned job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself.
As you wish. I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs.
How do you keep your job, you incompetent twat?
So let's get me get this straight. The chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene?
Correct.
And you have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident?
I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify if need be. I hope they don't call him to the stand. Oh, you have a food witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? You know it's you, Sparrowson. Oh, I see. Oh, dear.
But you know for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate?
Well, that is a fact we are still investigating. Thank you, Cocorico.
Oh, I see. And you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned?
Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. I am on top of this, I assure you.
So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed some poisoned chocolate.
Oh, you can consume my poisoned fist.
Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you pick straight out of the gutter. Doesn't surprise me that you would be eating out of the trash. That's weak, even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have a witness I would like to summon. Here's a man who claims to have had excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incidents. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingley.
The king?
Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath?
Maybe that's not the king. No, it's some sort of bird.
Hello? 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 Hi? Hello? Hello? Alright. You know, hello? I swear to speak without hatred. I don't hate much and without fear. I get scared sometimes, but I try not to be up here and to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. See us fishing cards, how you get it?
Would you please state your full name and occupation for the court record?
My name is Toussaint Kingley, and I'm a person who fishes. I likes to fishes. They are my precious, delicious, and scalies.
A person who fishes, so you're a fisherman?
Oh, hello. Is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this.
I beg your pardon?
Here comes Toussaint Kingley, the kingfisher. Is that what you're saying? Clearly, he must be a fisherman, because didn't you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. Racist! 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 Well, you are carrying a fishing rod.
Sparrowson, do not join in on this.
And, hello? And, can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and jailbait without being branded a fisherman? Look! The prosecutor's carrying a riding crop. Clearly, he must be a horse jockey. Yeah, he is a cock jockey.
Oh, for pity's sake. Fine. Can we list your occupation as person who fishes, not fisherman?
Thank you indeed. Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse. You're the only horse I know. Ha.
I know, JJ. Why do you think a 30-something-year-old with no health problems carries a cane?
I don't know.
That's because JJ carries the cane.
This is veering quite far off course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions? I have things I want to do today.
Oh, of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident?
Oh, we've seen this map before! Oh, this is Kokoro's map that we stole, wasn't it? Or Cocorico?
Yes, I was sitting at the railing of the Pont des Arts.
Oh, where's that? Louvre. Seine. Palais. Shoot. You was somewhere around here.
The Pont des Arts, that's the new bridge that's just a stone's throw away from the Louvre South entrance, correct?
Hey, Falcon, wouldn't it be amazing if someday they built a giant dumb-looking pyramid?
Don't be silly. That would never happen.
Oh, that's right, the bridge.
And what were you doing at the time of the incident?
Sometimes I have a hard time keeping up with my myriad of horrible voices.
I was fishing, hello.
Oh, kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? Oh, raise the Sparrowson.
So you would have plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw?
Well, the Louvre's a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 a.m., I saw King Louis Philippe himself enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. All right, 9 a.m. is when they came in. Around 10 is when the murder supposedly happened. Then, around 9:30, I saw this shifty-looking fox looking around the entrance.
Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a bit vague and biased. I'd say more, untrustworthy, maybe.
No, really. He looked super shifty, like I didn't trust him. I saw him, rubbing his paws and everything like a bad guy, and cackling gleefully like this. And then I saw him take a rose out and carefully rub the stem. He was rubbing it all bad.
Rub the stem of a rose, you say, in a bad way? Oh, as if you were applying something to the flower, perhaps?
Well, my child, I couldn't speculate.
Oh, of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question.
Only Cocorico would be like, oh, I'm not following the procedure I should. He actually seems like a nice guy who's just a bit of a prude. But yeah, definitely. It looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem.
Well, I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it sounds like what we have here is a direct witness testimony of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes.
Oh, I smell perjury. Oh, and I thought I farted. You do? How do you know it's perjury? Does that have to do with the time? Oh, no question. He saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling near the scene of a crime. That's not believable at all. I think you might be right. I wonder if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt.
Well, what is our evidence? We have a rose that was supposedly coated in poison. Or we have that happen. Huh. What about the book Don Quixote? Would he not have seen the man with the book? Or is that a stretch?
Your Honor, I would love to cross-examine this witness.
Really? This nonsense again? Oh, you just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question?
I am trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor.
Fine. Do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Make a fool of yourself.
Cross-examination. I don't know what statement to go after. Let's look at shifty-looking fox.
Monsieur Kingsley, you claim that you saw a shifty-looking fox?
Yup. Super mega shifty, bitch.
That's not a valid testimony. Are all foxes shifty-looking by default?
Whoa! That's not cool, man.
Monsieur Jayjay, it's the 19th century. You can't throw out slurs like that in our day and age.
I am just saying.
No, you listen here. France is better than this. We've moved past our need to hold back animals we don't like through the use of oppressive stereotypes. Well said, prosecutor, well said. Slurs are archaic. Now we as a society can hold back animals we don't like through more subtle institutional means. Right. Wait, what?
Do we have another question about the fox? We will come back to that.
Never mind, I have no more questions about the shifty-looking fox for the meantime.
So it's either Powder, the bridge, or his entourage. I'm not too worried about his entourage. Pooperson. Let's ask about where he was sitting, just out of curiosity.
Monsieur Kingsley, you said you were sitting upon the railings of the Pont des Arts on the morning of the incident.
Yup, I'm doing that.
Is the Pont des Arts a good fishing spot? I assumed you would be better off fishing upstream, away from the pollution of the city. I pooped in that river 3 times that day.
Oh, it's okay. You would think the pollution would scare off the fish, but like, oh, hello, some species thrive in it. I managed to catch 70 centimeter zander from like that spot the other day.
Really, a 70 centimeter zander. And what bait were you using?
Oh, good question. See, like, some like to use worms, but I found it a good roach. That'll always try them.
I object. This is completely off topic.
Sustain. Discuss your fishy business once the trial is over. I like that. We do have another question about the Pont des Arts. We want to ask what entrances he can see from the bridge.
Monsieur Kingsley, you had a good view of the Louvre's south entrance, didn't you?
Yup, the Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery's south side. So is that like the whole down here area? But this is the way the king came in, wasn't it? I guess he would have seen them right through there?
What about the other entrances?
Wait, how would you see the other entrances? Because the fox, according to his testimony, he was in the garden. If he had come in through the garden, wouldn't he come in through this way, the opposite way of the king? The other entrance? You mean like if you were entering from the Tuileries garden or the place to carousel? Exactly, because the fox was in the garden. We found the paper from Don Quixote in the garden of the book he had. No, I couldn't see those areas from the bridge.
But of course that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering from the south entrance, flower in hand, and that's what counts.
But what if Prince Juan didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached? Oh, I don't even know what that means. What if he approached the Louvre from
the gardens to the west? You know you're all with me. We all figured this out together.
Tuileries Gardens to the west.
That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens?
That I do, Cocorico.
As a matter of fact, I do, Cocorico. I have definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west and not the south.
Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur.
I am doubtful too, but go on, JJ. Show us your definitive proof that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens.
It is the page. We found the page in the garden, and we know he had the book because we found the book with the missing page when he gave it to us.
Look at this. It is a page of a book.
A book page? I don't know what that proves.
Page 44 of Don Quixote, specifically. It was found just outside of the Louvre's west entrance.
This proves nothing.
I am not done yet, Cocorico. Take a look at this. Bam! It goes to the book.
Don Quixote?
I bet Cocorico, I bet he knows Don Quixote and he knows all the royalty of Spain, like the donkey said.
This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in the Tuileries Garden prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that in all likelihood,
he took the west entrance and you didn't see him, you kingfisher.
The defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. He could not possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont d'Ance. What? I know what I saw, Monsieur.
Fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from the Tuileries to the Louvre South entrance by walking along the river.
An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery? Let's not say silly things, Cocorico.
Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left a page there to mislead the investigation.
Now you're the one who's blindly speculating.
It's not blind speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. People rip out book pages all the time.
You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the truth. When torn between 2 seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. And you, sir, are the biggest assumption I know. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre South entrance. Or 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted a page on the off chance it would be discovered by some moron who got a job there who used to be a photographer and he wasn't really good at it, that we didn't rob from, and then he took the long way around.
How dare you! The nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts!
I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes. Burn!
Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? Were you not listening, Judge? I hope the jury was.
The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction, inadmissible. No, everything I said is the truth. I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. See, he admits it himself. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, that's right. Innocent, perhaps. What's a twist? Let's all do the twist.
We get in a little favor with the jury.
Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? Oh, I must concede. I'm sorry. You concede? Concede? On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false.
Oh, no! No!
This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable.
He has committed perjury to the concierge prison thing with him.
But I did see something, I really did. I didn't make it up. Alright, maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made up that part of the story.
That's the most important part of the story that you made up, Toussaint.
But I did see a swan looking around the south entrance.
A swan? Dun, dun, dun. That's the flower girl who the fox said that he was trying to help.
On the morning of the murder.
Uh-oh. A swan, you say? Do shut up, witness, though your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say?
Oh, Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. I got bird things to do.
He does have bird things to do. He's always doing bird things.
We're 10 minutes overdue on the start of Hare vs. Tortoise trial.
Oh, it's that late already? I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single trial. These days, it's a shame, but ultimately, inaccurate sentencing is always preferable to speedy sentencing.
I like Cocorico because, yeah, he's full of himself and he's a jerk, but he cares about the justice system more than we do.
Yes, right. I don't need to hear any of your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor.
Cocorico should be the judge.
Well, that came up in the trial, huh? I haven't got to talk in a while. I'm lonely. Yeah, no doubt about that. Oh, but something's bothering me, Falcon. Why would that Fisher guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand?
Well, either he's scared somebody's going to hurt him, or he was bribed. Yeah, maybe he was coerced.
Well, it's possible he was coerced or bribed. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. I guess we ought to keep open eyes, too. If we ran around with our eyes closed, we'd walk into the walls. That would be odd. Yeah, anything's possible at this stage, though. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial.
It does bother me a little bit about the... It bothers me a little bit about the Swan Lady, but the judge bothers me as well.
Judge Romulus, he's acting without a shred of professionalism. Is this just a corruption of the system or something deeper? He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why?
Oh, maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty. But we know he's not really Spanish royalty.
I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here.
Which way do we go, though? I mean, I'll get to this dialogue in a moment. So, like, if we have a day to investigate after this, do we investigate the chocolate lead and the poisoning, which seems reasonable? Or do we investigate that the Swan Lady was there?
Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, wait, wrong way. Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon. Sorry to bother you, but, this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. Thanks, Rabbington.
A letter for me? I wonder why he wasn't sent to my office.
Oh, have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, shush! Oh, hush, Sparrowson. Oh, I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. I just need money. Poor Rabbington.
Oh, good
Oh, wait, that's supposed to be Sparrowson's voice. Oh, good comeback there, Rabbitson. So what's the letter say, Falcon? If you guys were both last in your class, why you guys gotta, compete, you and Rabbit?
It's a threat. A threat made with cutout newspaper letters. Man, they must be rich if they can afford a newspaper.
Whoa! I didn't know those things actually existed. I've only ever seen them in the opera. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation, or there will be consequences. Scary.
There's no question that this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware that we're getting closer to uncovering the truth.
Oh, yeah, sounds about right, but why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? Because they don't want us to get their handwriting sample.
Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason. Although I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to.
Or do we? We don't.
Well,
we're still going ahead with our investigation, though, right? Absolutely.
Oh, yes, absolutely. If a lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. In fact, I send myself threatening letters often.
I send them to you, too.
Besides, with only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this.
All right, so we've got 3 days to do some research. We need to find out about the Swan Lady who showed up before the murder and the chocolate bar. Oh, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Well, you're right, Falcon. Let's make those days count. That was my plan all along. 3 days. 3 days, 4 things we can go look at. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Crap. Where the Swan Lady was, she's not there, so we could go back to the scene of the crime, the chocolate emporium, the bar, or to R&M Associates, where Volpe is our client. That's his business as a private investigator. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm guessing next episode we'll go to the chocolate emporium, because who doesn't want some chocolate? Either way, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And hopefully we're okay with the case. Things seem to turn around. I thought we were screwed there for a while. See you, bye. Bye! I'm good at bad at buys.